Welcome to the two grumpy men, C. Grooms and Bobby May, in the
What it
building.
do? Yes, what it do? Another show, let's go.
Yeah. All right. Here's the deal. We got people that rock with us. They've been listening, and we hear you. We got some upgrades coming, but in the meantime, take this content, and we're gonna answer your questions. All right. We got a couple last week. It's a lot going on, so we're going to take a left turn real quick, and let's talk about some of the everyday issues that we go through, as people. So, question one, it said, of black people. I saw a show. I was watching a show. There was a podcast. I forgot the name of it just that quick. It escapes me very quickly. Once Big Brother something. I forgot who it was. Anyway, I saw a young lady on there, and they asked her a question, and basically it was like, could you deal with a person who has a 9-to-5 job? Mm-hmm. And at first she just said, no, I can't deal with no person that got a 9-to-5 job. So I said, okay, let me finish hearing her out, because it can't be that simple. Nothing is ever that simple. So, the co-host asked a couple more questions. Then they had another young lady that was on there with her, and the one who said she can't deal with nobody with a 9-to-5 job basically was saying that, if I need X amount of dollars today, I need a type of person that could go out and get that money right now. Meaning the entrepreneur has the free time. They're not locked into the 9-to-5. If they making money, they could get, whatever amount of money that she needs for whatever it is she's trying to do. She basically was saying she needs somebody to have a hustle mentality like her. Like she's striving to get money, or she has goals. She want this man to have goals and be able to go get the money too. I was just confused with the 9-to-5 part, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, my brother?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. So all right. So as I kept listening, I'm going, all right. So the other young lady that was on there said, so wait a minute. What if he is a 9-to-5 and he worked for? She gave an example. She said, what if he worked for J.P. Morgan, and he gonna get his check on Friday, but his check gonna have a lot of zeros. She was like, well, that's the same as if I deal with somebody that got if he doing fraud, I was like, fraud? I was saying to myself, like, all right, so if you doing fraud and you getting money, you okay with him getting the money as long as he can get it to you. If he's selling drugs, you okay with him doing that as long as he can get you the money. But if he get busted, then you out. So then she clarified that. She was like, originally she said yes, but then she said, no, if he doing it for me, then I rock with him. But before he does all of that, if he's short-sighted, if he don't have no end game, if he doing this and that's all he doing, then nah, I can't deal with him. He's short-sighted. But if he's hustling and doing A, B, and C while hustling because he wants to build up, a brand, then I could rock with that. A 9-to-5 dude can't do that. So, she was like, I understood, but I get lost with the 9-to-5 thing, because you could work a 9-to-5 and still have a side hustle. It's 24 hours in a day. Like your 9-to-5 is 8 hours basically.
I think based on what I heard and seen of her comments, I think she was trying to say something to the. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's say that she was trying to say that shit like how Dame Dash said, working a 9-to-5, just you working for somebody. You ain't a boss. You ain't a mover and shaker. You take orders. You know what I'm saying? You're not in control of your own destiny. You know what I mean? So it's like, I get it. I get the mentality, but like you said, you could do both. You can.
Right.
You could be a hustler and still holding down something else, because it's your side hustle. But I mean, the reason why you had this type of mentality is because everybody's addicted to the fast cash, and hustlers give off the the impression that money comes fast and easy, but it's a lot of work in hustling. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as easy as it may look. You grinding, and it's a hard grind. So, you know, sometimes when you give that when you ask for those things and you get them, then you realize you really don't want them, because a hustler don't got no time for you, because he hustling, like he out there. If he in the streets all the time, because he got to be where the action is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hopefully he does have an out game. If he has an out game, that's great for him, because they understand that. Then they understand that, you know, you can't do this forever. But the problem is in how, and I guess was more with her delivery and the thing and how it came off. And you know, you got to be careful with that, because they hit you with a lot of sound bites and a lot of cute little clippings and headings for you to click, and and don't really give you the full details of the story, and have young girls under the impression like, yeah, I need me a hustler. No, you just need you need a person who's gonna love you, take care of you for you, and and is committed to what you two have. And at the same time, you know, getting his money, getting his grind and his hustle. Y'all both doing y'all hustles and getting it. And if you short, and he's like, well, babe, when you need it by, I need it by such and such. I got a little something here, and I'm gonna get you the rest on Friday. That's still how hustlers do, because their money is tied up in shit. So right. a hustler just ain't gonna be like, oh, you know, if they smart. They just not gonna go into their stash and just start peeling off money because you short. You know, that's their last resort. They're gonna be like, well, oh, this is what I got on me, and in a couple of days, a day or two, I get you the rest. That's right. What they do. You want somebody who you want somebody who I would say, you know, if they you want them to give up their all so you can succeed, and then say you may stay with them if it was for you.
Word. So
like,
I gave her the benefit of the doubt, you know, on the delivery part. I was like, because I needed to hear her all the way through. I was like, I'm gonna look past how it sound. I need to see what she's trying to say. You know, so I gave her that part, and I'm like, okay. So basically, if he's trying to look out for you, then you're going to ride with him. However, the contingency is he needs to have a vision and an out game if he's going to be doing this type of hustling, if it's illegal. Because if he's doing a legal thing and he's working, you don't even want to see him. So that's where it was kind of like, hold up. So if he got a legal job, which is what the other woman said, she said, well, what if he working at JP and he make $100,000 a year? You know, his check going look good on Friday. She's like, nah, but I can't wait. So it's like,
so that's what I'm saying. That's that spoiled mentality. Like, I gotta have it now, right now. Then go get it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, let me give a message to the fellas then. If that fellas, let's take it from me right now, bros. If that is who you dealing with, don't. Find somebody that is on your plane, meaning they understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. I'm talking to the legal brothers right now. Right now, for them. If you got a job, you got a good job, you got an end game, you got a way out, and you know what you want to do, and you got a woman like that that's coming at you, oh, yeah, I can't mess with you, you got a regular job. She ain't with you, bro.
She doing you a favor, though.
She did you a favor, because when it's all said and done, when you up here and she plateaued out where she is, because fast money come, it goes fast. It comes in fast, it goes fast.
That's why they call it fast.
They call it fast. But if she got a plan, she ain't trying to hear from you, because in her head, you working a job, you 9 to 5, not knowing you're a worker, but not knowing that after 5, well, you do this. Like, I'm gonna build this up over here. And
yeah, but that's too long, though.
Yeah.
That's the entitlement. That's too long. I don't want to wait. I told you I'm short. I need to go tomorrow and go do it. I can't wait till Friday. Can you do that? That's
I
the
guess
question.
it's what you want, though. I mean, it depends on what it is too. You know how.
Listen, man. If
I'm
you
saying
gotta,
I'm not talking about like what you need this bread for. Like I mean, let's say if it's 5,000, like what you need 5,000 for? Like that's not something you just I'm supposed to just go and take out my pocket and give to you. Like what you need that for?
But then you ain't a boss. You ain't perceived as a baller and a boss. You ain't perceived as a hustler.
Right.
You a worker. You know, like
or even as a hustler. Even let's say if I'm hustling and I got 5 on me, but what you need it for? Like why would I give it to you?
My shit's short. My rent's short. My business is fucked. Is slow. My payroll is messed up. All kind of shit. You don't know.
Right. Okay. So is this I was trying to figure out, is this her man, or is this somebody she just dealing with? That mattered too to me. I was looking at context. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's just somebody you kicking it to on the phone, you DMing them or you like them or you speak to them on the phone or that's not enough. Like, I'm not giving you 5 stacks. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, unless we team, we on the same team. Like, I'm not just going to randomly give somebody that I'm boning, just because I'm going to give you $5,000, then you just a prostitute. You a call girl. Here, come hit me off. I got a stack for you. That's how it look. As crazy as that sounds, like that's what you become. So unless we on the same team, and then like I'll know your business, like what's going on. You trying to build something, but just to say like, all right, if you meet me, she introduced you to me, like yeah, he work at such and such. Oh, nah, I can't fuck with him. That's an immediate argument because I need to know your mentality. Like, where you coming from with this?
Why you want to know her mentality? See, that says it all.
No, but I'm saying, like, you brought it to me. Like, you my man. There's no way to run. It's not the type of situation.
If I brought it to you.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't do that.
I know you wouldn't bring me nobody like that. I'm just hey, you've been in situations where we in a place where nobody's going anywhere. This is where we are. It could be a pool party function, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever, like a party we here. Like, and we building, everybody talking. So it ain't even. It's like, well, damn, sister, like you don't even know what I do. So tell me what you mean. So then that's when you get an opportunity to kind of, all right, let's build. Black man and black woman, right? Let me hear what you're saying. Like, it ain't the fact. I'm not gonna take it in offense that I got a job, so I'm gonna be defensive. No, it's like, what would make you say that? And gotta be some parameters in there. But she was shooting them all down. You know what I'm saying? 6-figure job, whatever. So I guess it's who got time for her right now. So I'm like, damn, that's kind of demanding. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm a hustler, like you said earlier, I don't got time like that. Like I got some time in there, but not wasting. But like I don't have blocks of time to be with you like that on an instant. You know what I'm saying? What if I'm hustling and you need me now? And it's like, yo, you got to wait till I'm finished doing what I'm doing, right? In theory, right? Like, unless you got a dude under your thumb, like, nobody's going to respect that. Like, because that's your weakness. If your woman is your weakness, then you's a rat in any business. And it's not because of the woman. It's because your mind ain't right. It ain't focused on what it's supposed to be doing. You got to have an end game. The snap of the finger of your woman can't have you out there doing things that you normally wouldn't do, getting out of pocket and not handling your business. That's what we used to say about dudes that was whipped, pussy whipped. Like, yo, my man, like, pussies drop out babies. So what the fuck is you whipped for? Like, they drop out 8-pound babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't doing nothing anyway. So love her for what she is, the type of personality she has, and then move on. See where her mind is at. Don't get caught up in her ass and tits and how she look. That shit is superficial at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, for you to be pussy with, for you to lose focus. So it was just, I don't know, man. I was just listening to the whole shit, and I'm just like, I get it. The delivery was fucked up, but I got with the point of what she was saying. You need a hustler's mentality.
Yeah,
now,
and there's nothing wrong with having a hustler's mentality.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with wanting a hustler's mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he about his business. He going to get to what he want to do. Hustlers go out to get it. Like hustlers hustle everything though. Hustler could be hustling a job. Hustlers could be hustling water. Hustler could be hustling T-shirts. They could do all kind of shit. Cause they know how to hustle. They know how to make money out of any situation.
Word.
So her saying that, oh, I wouldn't, because the dude at JP and Morgan, he could be hustling that 100 G's, because he might be ready to open up his own shop.
Yep.
Financial shop, or you know what I'm saying. So that 100,000, he using that to build his own grind, and he hustling them niggas for their check. He used that education to get a job, get in, do what he had to do, but he hustling to do his own thing on his own in a minute, and you know, she gonna miss that boat because she thinking she need that person who gonna drop everything instantly and just, oh, I need $10,000, $5,000 for my shit to get done. I'm needed by tomorrow. Well,
she sound like a boss. Yeah, you work for her. You know exactly. What I'm saying? Word.
Like, I need it now. I need my money now. Well, you know, it's all in the dude. You know what I mean? If some dudes do that, some dudes will do anything. All right, babe, I get it. I'll go into my savings and go get that money for you. And that's what she want to hear. She don't want to hear I gotta wait till the end of the week. Oh, that in her mind that make you look weak.
Right.
Based on what she's saying.
That's basic. No, that was basically what she was saying. But she had her little parameters of, you know, that was the thing that stuck out. She just kept saying, I just need somebody that's a go-getter, hustle mentality. They got to be on the same page with me. You know, I'm trying to get it, boom, boom, boom. But then she was like, well, if they doing illegal stuff to get it, it's cool as long as it's for me. And I'm like, all right, that's what I was like, yo, hold up. So you said all of this, but if he doing illegal stuff, it's all good because he doing it for you. But if that's all he do, then he's stupid. But even if he get locked up, he's still stupid, but you're going to hang with him. You're going to rock out because he was doing it for you. So it's kind of like stuck on stupid. Like you say something smart, you know, you take a step forward, you take 2 steps backward. You ain't going to never get nowhere like that.
But that's the mentality, man. That's you know, we talk about it all the time. And when we talk about relationships, you know, these chicks nowadays are just, they more harder than the dudes. So they have, so they just, you know, they more demanding, they more stronger. And, you know, these dudes, certain dudes, they will do that. They gonna do that. Or they will, you know what I'm saying? They will go out and get that bread, and you know what I'm saying. But like I said, when you're dealing with real hustlers, they got an idea of their money and what they doing with their money, and especially if they're in the streets, they gotta have their re-up money, they gotta have backup money, and they got their stash money.
Exactly, and they know how to hold up. Even if you ain't on the street, if you at the other level, if you up in the, you know, you don't touch the streets, you the main line. You still know you got to wait for money to come back. You still going to have a stash, and you got to know who's bringing what and where it's going. Oh, and by the way, I'm talking about a legal guy now. Oh, and you got them guys on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Watching your operation, and you got one of them working in your operation so they can bring you down. Now, if you legal, you still got to do all of that because you know you got supply and demand. You got to get merchandise or whatever, you know, materials that you may need. Like running a business is no joke. You know what I'm saying? Like even if I got 20 grand right here, but I know what I'm using it for. If you come and ask me for 5, you're like, it's like, yo. Now if it's my queen, my wife, you know what I'm saying? Like I already know what you need it for. Like you ain't got to ask. Like we in this together. That's totally different than a chick that, like, we ain't building nothing together. We just talking on the phone.
But I'm sure she's talking about her man. That's what
no. Any dude.
Oh, she done bumped her head.
Any dude. It didn't matter. I'm sorry, the dude that she dealing with at that time. Period. It ain't got to be her man per se, because if it was that, she would have said that. She just said we need to be on the same page. Maybe it was the delivery it didn't come out right, where she could have clarified, said, if it's my man. But then again, that was the whole purpose of the question. It's like, well, I can't deal with a 9-to-5 dude. So,
but you could be. I mean, the words is not clarifying what really, because if you saying you just dealing with somebody, there's no expectations. There's no, like, you know what I'm saying? He has no reason to just peel off money because he like you. Because we sleeping together, or we hang out and have a good time together. We may spend money, but now you're talking about you need a couple of G's, or you know what I'm saying, you need some big money because just shit short or whatever you're trying to do. There's no obligation on his end to do that, because we've never been in it's not a committed relationship. It's just like we kicking this shit. We dealing with each other shit.
Well, that's the error.
It has to be so exactly. So you can't really expect nothing from somebody like that. Now, if you and him is dating and y'all been going on, and you saying, well, you know, I expect, you know, if I need something, then you should be there. Then that's something totally different. But there needs to be some form of clarity in that situation.
And that's what wasn't clear, because it's like I can't deal with this person if you working. Then I know that you can't do this, that, and the third, because you working. That's the whole layout of the mentality. So it's like, but a 6-figure dude, like you just said, could be hustling at his job, getting checks, flipping his money to do something else so he could be out. He got a plan to get out, but he making good money right here, but she won't deal with that. She rather, all right, so he make $100,000, but he getting checks every week, and this dude don't know when he gonna get his money, but he might have about the same amount of money every now and then as a dude that work legally. So it's like, all right, so what are you really in search of? You want to have, like, this ain't a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he go down, the illegal dude, he go down, it's a wrap. But if he go down for you, right, it's all good if it's for you. But where the money coming from?
But it's all
where the money from?
Because she's saying if he go down for me, she gonna hold him down. That's a damn lie.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Just based on the way you think and live and the shit you saying, you ain't gonna be there that long. Especially if he getting football numbers.
He ain't even got to get football numbers. He ain't gonna have no bread. He ain't gonna have no bread to give you. How you gonna hold him down?
Exactly. So she not gonna be around no way. So that's what
be careful. Be careful, fellas. Don't. Hey, man.
Don't let what BBD said. Don't let a big butt and a smile fool you, boy.
Yeah, exactly. Don't trust a big butt and a smile. That's right. I'm gonna tell you something. People show you who they are, and when they show it to you, take note of it. Take note of it. Be out. Because we back on what we call them. We used to call them gold diggers. You know what I'm saying? That's what that.
That's not how they look at it now, son. The game.
I know.
Flipped,
I'm just saying, but that's what the definition for us. So if the game could have flipped, I get it. But all right, you want that, but what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You holding me down too? Like, I need 10 stacks. You got that? Like, what if you ain't? Is it reciprocal? That's where I was going.
Yeah.
And they never asked those questions.
Exactly. Nobody asked those questions.
He didn't know how to ask it. The host. He was just bugging that she said she can't deal with a dude with a job. He got stuck there where I was trying to see her whole argument.
You saying, you know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. For me, she talking out her ass.
Oh, she had liquor. They was drinking now too.
But she talking exactly.
The truth came out though.
No, she talking out her ass because first of all, I don't even think the way she sounds, she might not even know what J.P. Morgan is. Like, because if you fucking with a dude who comes at J.P. Morgan and he getting money, he getting over 6 figures, 100 G's and 200 G's. Come on, you playing? You bugging? He just told you he'll get you the money. If you know where you got, you ain't going nowhere. you know he got it. You know he gonna get it to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be patient and hold tight. So if he's acting like these dudes are just giving her money straight up, like, I mean, if you want a trick, then you know there's a whole bunch of these rappers out here. You go get in line and get on the groupie line and do that shit, because a dude making a good living, if he can give it to you, he gonna give it to you. If
Right.
you his lady, or you know y'all beyond just a we dealing with each other type relationship. You know, it's in depth. Like we you know, we put something on this. Like we got, this is my lady or this is my girl. You put a title on it or whatever you want to do. But you know, nowadays they don't want no titles to nothing. So they just want to be free. They think they hippies again. They want to be free. Everybody, yeah, we just, I deal with this. I got this dude over here. This dude, you know dudes. I got a shorty over here. Shorty. Everybody just dealing with each other. You know what I mean? So if you got expectations and you just dealing with a mug, then you stupid, because he ain't got to do anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He don't got to do anything. He ain't got to do anything. He ain't got to do anything if he really with you, if that's not what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's his money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you may be in a situation. He may say, yeah, well, I can give you half. I give you half. I ain't going to give you the whole 10, though. I give you like 5, 4, 5. Hold it and make you come up with the rest. You a boss, right? Show your boss shit. Where your hustle skill at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how a real dude respond. Like, shit, I give you half. You test her hustle. All right, here go half, son. Go out there and get that rest, son.
Right.
You know what I mean? I ain't here to, but if you my lady, and it's only me and you talking about you opening up a business, or your business payroll short or whatever, then of course there's no question. We in this together. We doing business. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let's keep that going. That's all day. You gonna make it happen.
No doubt.
But I'm not making it happen if I'm just dealing with you. I'm dealing with you.
Yeah, that's so you telling me that
fun.
you got, so hold up. So okay, so I gotta tie the whole thing together then. So all right, for us back then, it would be like, if you dealing with somebody on one level, all right, y'all can make it work, okay? But if I'm just smashing you, like, I'm not giving you shit. Like, it's because there's no expectation there. But today you saying that everybody's smashing, no expectations, but you expect to get bread because y'all smashing? I mean,
that's that entitlement.
That's prostitution.
Like basically,
that's prostitution, fam.
Basically, I mean, you can call it whatever you want, son. I mean,
I'm talking about if you have the expectation of the money because y'all smashing. That's
listen, once you smashing, feelings get involved and all that shit. Motherfuckers feel like they entitled to shit.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So come on, it's like we can if we could get into some ill shit.
I didn't want to go down the whole rabbit hole.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like we can get into some real story shit and tell some real,
this is some surface. Surface level shit right now. This is surface level. Yeah.
Like, I can say some shit right now that, like, I mean, come on, I seen it all. Like, you know what I mean?
I think so we just answering this question.
Yeah,
it's not even part of the relationship segment, because in the relationship segment, I'm a forum. I'm just gonna lay it all out. Like, there's scenarios that people need to ask and answer real questions. Like, this is, why do we do the things that we do? So this is a perfect example of a young lady that there's some chapters missing in the game. You know what I'm saying? The book. She got part of the game, but this chapter's missing. You know what I'm saying? They need to be filled in before she reaches a certain point where she's gonna have a seed.
But in this era, son, they ain't filling in nothing, because they just gonna move on to the next. You know what I'm saying? They gonna move on to the next dude. They
moving with no chapters, like no book.
Yeah, the game different, son. The game different, son. Like,
different for them, you mean? So they moving without books. They moving without the blueprint.
Son, the game totally different, son. Like, you know what I'm saying? I see it because I got kids in those age brackets. You feel me?
Yeah.
And the game different, son. The game just different. Like, dudes is different. You know what I mean?
So is it the dudes or the game is different?
It's both, son. Like, you know,
Okay.
I think,
Okay.
you know, like I said, a lot of these dudes is soft. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
All right. So okay.
it's like these women nowadays. You know, they running over, they running circles around them. You know what I'm saying? They not even on their level, so they can intimidate. A lot of them is going to be intimidated by like a chick like that. I mean, I didn't see her, so I don't really know what she. You know, I think I seen a little snapshot of her.
You've seen it before. What I'm saying is, in life,
but what I'm saying,
we've run into those. Trust me.
but what I'm saying is that these dudes nowadays, you know, if they feel like, you know, she adds something to their life, they gonna do whatever to keep her, and they may blow their savings and bad money, all kind of shit on her, and until they find out that she hollow, like she don't have no depth, she don't really got no depth. Like that's like a lot of people talk that boss talk, but it's just talk really. You know what I'm saying? Like to really be a boss and shit, it takes work and time, and being a boss is not like, oh, depending you ain't got it, so you depending on the next person can't do it for you, then they no good to you, so you burning bridges. You don't know when that person again can be of use to you. You know what I'm saying? So those are parts of it that she's missing when you say things like that. And you know, once again, if you got expectations on shit, then that's where you already went wrong. Especially if you ain't in no committed relationship. You can't have no expectations in a situation where you just dealing with people. You know, these people. When you say dealing, that means we just hanging out. We
right.
out. We
I wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, we smashing. We just going out. We having a good time. We may go eat. We drink. We may meet up, drink, go to after spot, whatever. I may come over. We may, you know, when we got time and we kicking it, we just kicking it. But then, you know, then it usually if it takes that turn to start getting serious, then it has to be some clarification on where this relationship is going. Like, you know, it went from us dealing with each other to now, you know, we talking every day. Now you want to come through every day. I'm trying to see you every day. Whatever the case may be. So now, we got to have that talk. What we trying to do? You know what I'm saying? You know, are we gonna stay just dealing with each other? Cause, you know, I may start fucking with somebody else because I'm just dealing with you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But if you saying we gonna take it to the next level, then I might, you know, you gotta put that on pause. Like, let me put that on pause right now and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna give Shorty this. We gonna try to see if this can work. You know? Then now it's like expectations because, you know, you my girl, you my lady, you know what I'm saying? So if you in a bond, of course I want to help you out. Of course I want to see you do good and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But when you ain't saying that and you just saying we dealing with each other, we just hanging, I'm not entitled to do shit. But what we agreed to go out, eat, drink, and if you want to smash, we smashing and not see you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you asking to borrow $100, that's alright. That nothing. I can do that. I blow $100 just coming out with you. So you know what I'm saying? If you want, we could just stay at the crib, cut the skills, order up something, watch some TV, and you can keep the $100. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Keep the change.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But if
takeout is like what, $20? Keep the change.
You know what I'm saying? But that's, you know, it has to be a lot of clarity in those situations. And that's the problem. I don't think it's a lot of clarity because they don't like labels, these youngins. They don't fuck with the labels. Okay. They don't want to be bothered with that. They don't want to be tied down to nothing. They don't want to be tied to shit. So they like to just say, yeah, we dealing until their feelings get involved. And then it's like, then they want to have that conversation. So, you know, I don't know. Like I said, who knows what, you know, she didn't really clarify. So, you know, I'm going to just say that she misspoke on certain things, but that's probably her real intention because you see that nowadays. So, you know, and, you know, like people have a thing against people who work 9 to 5s. But, hey, somebody got to do them shits because somebody got to get that money. You dig? So everybody that's doing a 9 to 5, they not a sucker. They surviving. So let's be clear on that. And you can still be a boss and work a 9 to 5.
I've seen it.
As long as you know how to put your business shit together, and you can still be successful, and you know when you're ready to walk out that door from where you putting in them 9 to 5 hours at. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to build from somewhere. You know. So everybody ain't built to be a hustler neither. You know what I'm saying?
I've been glad you said that.
Everybody ain't a hustler.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, you know, everybody they got a plan for how they want to do their shit. Like everybody fall in love with with the ideal is of hustling. Like it's like saying I'm real. Same thing. Like I'm a hustler. They don't even know what the shit really mean to that shit. Like they think if you hustling you hustling drugs. Like I know motherfuckers hustling T-shirts. I know motherfuckers hustling water, making more money than you. I know motherfuckers right now hustling Lyft and Uber, making more money than niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's all in how you get down for your grind. So you thinking that a hustler is just going to peel off money to you because you need money. Nah, sweetie, it don't work like that. Hustlers got money. They got plans to do with their money or whatever they doing to make moves. And if they make it real hustler, if I could do it for you, I try to help you, but as best as I can. But this is about they usually have a limit. Like you need 6,000. I can give you about 2.
Yeah, and that's if y'all cool. Like what you said, you got to have some boundaries and parameters there. Like, listen, I know hustlers, okay? You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking about real hustlers, like they're not just gonna give you bread just to give it to you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be at a certain what's the word, eye to eye level with them. For them, they got to be revered. They have to revere you. It's more than y'all just smashing. Like it ain't that ain't how the game go. Like if you don't want labels, that's fine, but understand that some people they need not a label per se, but they need to know that this is what we are, even if we didn't say it. And then how people test that is, all right, so if there ain't no labels, if I go over here and I go rock with Shorty, you gonna be mad? If not, like, what you mad at if I'm rocking with Shorty? We ain't got no labels. So get off the bullshit. So you either got to get off the bullshit altogether or you be okay with being a side piece, because that's what that means if you don't want no label.
Well, chick like that, she could definitely want to be a side piece if you going to peel off the bread.
I ain't peeling off no bread to no. There's people that follow the game. And I mean, it ain't a script. It's just like there's rules to everything. Like, I'm not giving my bread to somebody that I ain't even really with like that. Like, come on, man.
But
part of the game is that.
But that's what I'm telling you why the game has changed, son. They do that. They do that because they emulating what they see in music and videos and TV. You know what I mean?
A lot of these cats is frauds, though. Like, they be talking about doing drugs, but they ain't never did a drug in their life. Like, that shit is whack.
But what they not from is having multiple baby mamas and multiple women. And they buying them shit. They're like, they spending their bread buying bags. Like, their bags, they buying these chicks' bags that cost like 40 G's.
I hate it.
What
they're doing is get the record label and cut an advance on a check, and then they owe it for the rest of their life.
Are they busting
shows?
Unless they busting down their show money. Like,
if you're doing show money, I can see that. $100,000 a show, I can see that.
Listen, man, that's what I'm talking about. Like, so in that essence, it's like that's what's out there, and they believe it, and that's what they want. And dudes now have to live up to that expectation, or they can't get this type of chick. And dudes be like, dawg, shorty bad, I gotta get with her. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and feeling like but.
And all they had to do was listen to BBD. Don't trust a big button to smile. Like, they put the record out there for you, man. Go recognize what they trying to tell you. There's clues in these songs if you just listen, man. They telling you the game. R&B cats wasn't just singing. Like, they was trying to tell y'all cats, y'all oversensitive dudes, they was trying to help y'all. But if it's like what you saying, if the game has flipped to that level, then everything got to change. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where it is. Like, it's time for a change then. Because that mentality, oh, gimme, 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 but I ain't really got to give you nothing. Come on, you ain't going nowhere with that. Not with no real hustler. Like with somebody that stack bread, making moves. Nobody got time for games no more. The game plan is a wrap. If you don't know that by now, you're gonna learn the hard way. You're gonna just be a miserable 40-something in your second childhood chick, mad at everybody, and this, you just a wrap. And nobody wanna fuck with you. Just bitter and angry and busted. Mentality all fucked up. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you. I mean, that's just how it is, player.
Yeah.
Word. I mean, but I hope we answered that question. I didn't know we had to dive into it because, this to get some clarity. So, this is what we doing, man. That's what we do it for. That was the first question. They got some good questions out there, man. Keep them coming. You know what I'm saying? The two grumpy men, we'll answer your question now. I keep it, we'll keep it official. There's no area that we're not going to touch on. But trust and believe. Be ready for the answer, because it may not be what you think it is.
Yeah.
Okay? Just understand that.
Yeah, like it's definitely not. I mean, like I said, I'm definitely not. I am mad, but because I see a lot of dudes. I know a lot of dudes. They'll do it. So it's up to it's an individual. And if that's her preference. And so be it, and hopefully you get what you want,
Yeah, hopefully she finds the hustle mentality. Like, if she has that type of mentality, well, I'm a go-getter, then hopefully you find a go-getter. Like, I wish her the best. I was just saying, when you don't leave room for clarification, you open the door up for people to just misinterpret what you're saying. So I didn't get stuck on her delivery. I heard everything that she said, but as a host, he could have asked more questions to bring out the clarification, and then we would have got context. But he sat there like, oh, wow, so this and that. Like, you focusing on the wrong shit, dude. Like, she trying to tell you something. So if she's on your platform, or any platform, she trying to tell you something, ask the question so she could get it out of her. So she could come across, intelligently and not be sounding all crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to help her help herself. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So, I mean, hopefully we answered, that question. So, that was a tough one. All right, here was the second question. This is a little deeper, all right? How colorism affects Black Lives Matter movement, and is it important to be discussed during these times? Colorism in the Black Lives Matter movement. So right away, when I read that question, colorism in the Black Lives Matter movement, you talking about Caucasians running around saying Black Lives Matter?
Nah,
no?
I don't think that's it. No.
Oh, okay.
I said they talking about colorism amongst black people.
Whoa, what?
Like, what? Yeah, I swear. I believe they talking about colorism in reference to
you talking about the light skin, dark skin shit?
Like, yeah.
Word? Wow, that's where we are? Hold on.
I mean, it never went nowhere. It's always
I know.
been
I'm saying that's where we are. Meaning, like, okay, I know we used to joke and laugh about it, back in the days in general, or even today. Like, alright, you light skin, I'm brown skin, you dark skin, we all black. You know what I mean? Like, how does that? Oh, okay. Unless you're saying, all right, your daddy white, my daddy black, or vice versa. White mama, black mama. But, like, I don't understand. Like, in the Black Lives Matter movement.
Well, I guess from the question is saying, should it even be discussed during what's going on and during this time?
That's a multi-layered question because
it's like
I see what they now that you brought that part into it. I understand colorism is we talking about mixed babies, mulattoes. We talking about that. Like white parent, black parent make a child. Or is it the white people that's marching with the black people out there? You know
Nah,
what I
I
mean? So it
definitely
ain't
don't think
that.
that.
It
I
don't.
don't
It's
think
not
that.
that.
It's definitely it's definitely on based on the color with black people, like light skinned black people again, and dark skinned black
Well,
people. The
damn.
issues with inside our own community, and basically, should it be brought to attention while we're going through this?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Exactly.
not. So
It
then,
shouldn't
okay. So
even be
then, if you
talked about because that's
yeah.
an inside.
That's no, no.
That's an internal.
That's
That's
an
an internal.
internal discussion. Because then, well, right. So while we're out there, if you protesting or if it's about the fight, then we unified on that. It don't matter if you light skinned, I'm brown skinned, he dark skinned. Yo, we all the same people. No, we unified right now. The same issues affect everybody because I seen light skinned brothers get shot, or sisters get shot. I seen brown skin, caramel, dark skin. Like everybody can get shot and killed.
Long as you got that black trace in you,
That's all
you
you.
a
They
target.
see that. They see that melanin.
Yeah,
It's
you a target.
I fear for my life bullshit that they all been taught to say. Like, come on, like, nah, colorism. Nah, we could keep that shit out because we have to be unified now. We gotta present a unified front. Even if when we come inside, we gotta iron out some of our personal shit. I don't like the fact you be acting like you could go to the cookout at your white father's house, like they don't look at you funny just because you got a white father and a black mama, or the other way around, where you got a black father and a white mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, it's shit is real.
I think one of the biggest issues, that reason why this question is being posed too, is you got a lot of mixed kids, saying like you saying either a white mother, white dad, black mother, black father, whatever, and they're trying to find their place in the movement, right? And then that's when the colorism starts. Well, you're not, you're not black. Well, you are black because you got you know what I'm saying?
One of your parents is black.
Yeah, exactly. You want to say you have black, but once you got black blood, you black. You definitely.
I'm sorry, but that's how it goes. Like,
you a Negro.
That's the reality.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, to them,
whatever
to
you
the
want to
other
call
side,
yourself.
I ain't gonna get into the
so
all of the misnomers, but
I think that's more what it's about, and the shade or whatever, the color of your skin, and how you're treated in this movement right now. Like, are they all being treated the same? Are they all getting that same airtime? Are they all getting to be able to voice their opinion? Or is it certain people the media only want to talk to? Is it only light-skinned people the media want to talk to, but yet portray the dark-skinned people of color as thugs and hoodlums? You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it's more about. And when they ask, is colorism, should it be even addressed? And we agree, it's not at this time, because at this time we have to have a unified front. And as far as having a unified front, we can't let none of our internal gripes mess with our bigger issues with our enemy, because that's what we are. We're dealing with an enemy, and we can't. If the enemy feel that they can divide you based on colorism, then they'll use that ploy to do that, and you have to be mindful of that. And so every trick is on the table to keep you from unifying, and so you have to not get caught up in that right at this moment. Like, that's something we've been dealing with for generations, and unfortunately, it's just it's more than a conversation, but it's things that may have to get dealt with. But it's not something to put to the forefront of an issue when our people are getting killed and slaughtered out there in the streets. So I don't think there's, based on that question, I mean, our answer is no. That's not an issue that we want to deal with right at this time. That's something we can deal with internally later, once we can. We fighting for equality. We fighting to stay alive. We fighting for our own, our own freedoms and shit like that. So that's not on the burner right now. Like, more important. I believe there's more important things on the burner than us arguing over who, you know, you get better treatment because you're light skinned, or you know, you don't like me because I'm dark skinned and I ain't get this, you know, like we can't do that. That's divide and conquer techniques. You know what I mean?
Right, and I'm with you on that. You know, but here's a piece that's missing from the Black Lives Matter movement. You know, and ideally, you would want to support it because it makes sense. And then, but you know, the flip side is when you look at, you know, somebody like, you know, George Soros funding it, it makes you wonder like what's really good here, you know? Because I look at Black Lives Matter when it first started, like they capitalized off of Black death, you know, the death of black males initially, and then it became, you know, any highly politicized case. But then when I went to the website, you know, we're talking about 5 years ago. You know, I went to the website and I'm like, I don't see anything pertaining to the black male. You know what I mean? Like in the family structure. So, you know, that makes me turn a side eye real quick because I needed to read through the rest of the website, the mission, and I looked through it. They was talking about, you know, all of the different family structures, but not with the black male. And that shit, you know, it kind of irked me. But then when I seen who was funding it, I said, oh, okay, George Soros, you know, basically, you know, billionaire Nazi type person. You know, you have an issue with the black man. The black man is the enemy of the world. So if he's gonna fund Black Lives Matter movement, yeah, y'all can make money, you know, off of Black Death. Fox News slipped up the other night and showed you how the stock market went up and down with certain deaths. You know, they have George Floyd, they have Martin Luther King, you know, they have Malcolm X. They had different deaths that took place and how the stock market was affected. Like, they fucked up. You know, maybe they didn't. Maybe they did it on purpose. But
exactly.
They've been capitalizing off of I said a stock market. I want people to understand that the stock market gets affected by these movements. Okay? So when you have a situation where you got a billionaire funding the Black Lives Matter movement that was founded by 3 members of the LGBTQ community who, when they wrote up their website, excluded the black male, period. I'm talking about even black male gays. Like, they wasn't addressed in the family structure. And I'm talking about 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I went the other day and looked, that website, as it was constructed 5 years ago, has changed. So where I was able to find certain things, because they had their whole mission laid out, you know, with the whole family thing, you know, they had bullet points. You wasn't going to find no black males. So I was like, okay, but they out here. But then when I saw who was funding the protests, I was like, hold up, this is some bullshit. That's why all money ain't good money.
I mean, when you hear BLM, you know, it's kind of like you want to be. I guess in some ways you want it to mean something,
right?
Because you know.
Well, is it Black Lives Matter? Because they have a Black Lives Matter LLC as well. That's different.
But what I'm saying is, like, just hearing that, and basing it on that slogan, and I mean not the slogan, on the hashtag, and them using that, you know, you want it to mean something, but in reality, now when you know the backgrounds of them and who's behind it and things like that, it makes it unworthy. It makes it unworthy.
Yeah.
Because you can't trust it.
You can't trust it. Public Enemy told you that.
You can't trust it because you know what the seed money where it's coming from and what it's meant for. And you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, it feels like it's always, they're trying to annihilate the black man.
Well, they are.
I mean, yeah.
Without question.
No
it's
doubt.
Systemically, emotionally,
everything.
Everything. Like they coming at us daily.
Break our will. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Basically, because you know, and then when you see that, and you know, then you look at who's in charge and things like that, and who's giving the money, and you know it trickles down to a lot of things. Like you getting money from this from this dude, then you also involved. You got other his people involved. It's just when you start getting involved with the Clinton foundations and all these mugs, and then they sell you with the entertainers. You know what I'm saying? Who support the movement, donating money and things, because that's what they do. They get them to support the movement because they're supposed they're black. They'll support the Black Lives Movement. You know, throw some money. It's a write-off. It's a tax write-off for you guys. It's nothing. You know. I mean, it's so much layers to this shit. That's why you can't get caught up in the colorism shit, because you gotta keep your eye on the other shit.
Well, the color that we should be focused on is green. Follow the money.
Well, I mean, right now we just trying to just unify. We can't even, because they using the money to divide you.
Word up. Paying people to be out there, you know, sparking up shit. $15 an hour to be out there, you know,
paid rioters. You get paid
rioters and looters. You know, $15 an hour, minimum wage, $15 an hour to be out there, you know, damaging shit. So you do a 6-hour day, get $90. You good.
But you also you also gotta remember, right? Now you notice that shit ain't the same, because it was popping when protests started coming on, and they started like, oh shit, they burning shit down, but you know, they burning down buildings, they tearing shit up. But then when people started filming shit and catching these paid motherfuckers on video and running it all across, making it go viral, and you seeing them come through, and the protesters is like, yo, what the hell are y'all doing? And motherfuckers was like, yeah, we just gonna tear shit up. We gonna burn cars up. We gonna burn this up. We gonna burn buildings. But that wasn't the protesters. These were paid people who came out there, and then they were paying people who was protesters to go tear shit up. So, you know, it's one of these. It's a diabolical scheme, plan, whatever you want to call it, and we don't have time to worry on shit like that like colorism, because colorism is an internal shit. When our enemy is hitting us with everything and trying to wipe us out, we're gonna be worried. We're gonna be bickering and fighting over the color of our own skin when they already hate our skin as a whole. And it don't matter if you light skin or black, you still black. They just use that colorism shit to keep us divided. So we can't let that creep in to the conversation. That needs to be something that's deaded out, because right now we in the middle of a war, and we can't be divided on just because between was light skin or dark skin is better or brown skin, whatever. All that shit. You still black. You still Negro. You still whatever. You know what I mean? Right. You can't let that shit creep into the argument and divide that shit. It's sort of like motherfuckers dividing. Oh well, I'm born in America. Well, I was born in the West Indies. Well, I was born in Africa. Well, I'm a black European. Well, we all in the same fucking boat. We all in the same fucking boat, bro. And we getting hated everywhere. We getting hated in Europe. We getting hated no matter where you at. You know what I'm saying? The hate is everywhere. They hate you everywhere, and they hate you so much that they forced other cultures to hate you.
Right.
They put other cultures on to hate you. So that's why you have problems, and you see Spanish motherfuckers hating black people, and they live amongst us.
Yep.
And they talking and they hate us, right?
Yeah.
Then you know what I'm saying? You got Asian people that hate you. You know? Yeah. You got Indians that hate you. You got the Arabs hating you. Everybody hates you, because they believe everything. They believe what the white man has said about black people, about, you know what I mean?
Right.
And now, but when all these people, when the shit tide turns on them, and it's there, Then they want to talk about how they feel, and nobody and want sympathy. But when it's us, nobody gives a fuck. So when we out here saying, doing this shit and protesting and all these other things, and you putting it on, we putting it all on the line for what we want. I mean, that's what we need to be focusing on. We don't need to be focusing on an internal beef of some shit that can be worked out, that should be worked out already. But people's insecurities and people's privilege make them feel like they have a better standard than certain people, and that's wrong. That's just wrong. But this ain't the time and place to address that right this moment, though. Not at this moment.
True indeed. I feel the same way. Colorism is irrelevant during times like this, and there's some things you just need to keep indoors anyway. We got to stop airing out, our internal beefs on the outside. Like, they don't need to see that. That's the real, the reality of everything.
Yeah, they create it, so that's why they make it an issue. That's the thing. Like, when you on these social networks, you don't understand. They pay people to be on here doing the shit they do, put that type of topic out there, and bring these discussions out and make you think that there's something's going on. And it's a whole, you gotta be really mentally strong right now.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta know when to take a break from this shit and recoup and come back, because mentally is where they trying to break you. Right at this point, So
that's the truth. It's all about the mental game. They, spiritually, that done broke a lot of people. They already have people divided through religion. The spirituality is a whole nother thing altogether, because that's about you and your self-reflection. But if they break your mind, then you're over. So they have a whole generation that they basically try to kill, mentally, with straight up images and through music and through drugs. They wasn't just coming at us. Like, you're talking about a whole population of people that they just trying to wipe out. Period.
Yep.
But I'm not walking around confused. Like, I know who the target is and was. They don't want a black Messiah. They don't want another Martin Luther King. They don't want another Malcolm X. They don't want another Marcus Garvey. They don't want a Khalid Muhammad. They don't want dudes like that. They're not afraid of Farrakhan because they know he's not going to do anything.
Well, at the same time, all those, a lot of those people they killed.
No doubt.
And the purpose of them killing these people was to send a message to keep you scared from uprising and saying, if you do that, this is what can happen to you. You'll be a martyr just like this mug. It kill you too.
Yeah, as long as they can plant somebody in your organization, that's how they get down.
That's how they get down, fam.
That's how they get down.
That's what we they infiltrate.
Watch the company you keep.
Well, that's like Black Lives. Black Lives to me is like the NAACP. You thinking something, but once again, that's those was it was white. That was started by Jewish people, and they brought in
because of riots.
Yeah.
1908. Springfield, Illinois riots. It was led to the creation of the NAACP, because back then Jews were colored.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother history.
Yeah, we done gave them that lesson already.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. For the people that have been rocking with us, they know it. So this is just a reiteration. But if you new to the podcast, then understand that we touched on that already. You have to go back and listen to some episodes, and that's cool. We ain't going nowhere. We'll be around for a while. And so what's the third question? Oh, okay. What a doozy. This one. Should we hold athletes to high standards when it comes to speaking up for black injustices? Wow. Okay. I don't know where to begin. All right, let me give a surface answer first.
Mm-hmm.
No. We should not hold athletes to higher standards than we do any other common folk that has a job. Because an athlete has a job. He's a high-paid athlete. He's a millionaire. that is employed by billionaires to entertain. Okay, so now, when you start dealing with the upper echelon of the athlete, the LeBron James, or I'm thinking of today's game, LeBron James, or Kevin Durant, James Harden, like these dudes make mega millions. So they need the owner to make money to make sure that they get their money, even though it's guaranteed up to a certain extent. Because as you can see with the whole way the season got ended, the money was guaranteed up to April 1st, which is basically like the whole season. Because if you didn't make the playoffs, then you straight. You wouldn't have got paid anyway. Because all the playoffs is extra money. But, but with all of that being said, the upper echelon athlete is a face. So there ain't too much they really can say, because in theory, I know it's difficult to make the connection, but they're slaves. Like when the book $40 Million Slaves by William C. Roden breaks it down, why the high-paid athlete is actually a slave. They have a job. Like they're no different than you. They just make more money than you. So I know when we look at somebody and we say, oh, they make X amount of dollars, why don't they do this? Now, I'm not talking about a LeBron James or a James Harden, like people that are the face of the league. I'm talking about the guy that makes $10 million a year, who can be cut or released and let go, and then it's over. Then it's about how do you manage your funds. At the end of the day, it's about how do you manage the money no matter how much you make. These dudes have jobs. They get paid by the owner. The owner's a billionaire. Now, the owners want these guys to get out there and play, even though COVID is all around. Hey, y'all come down to this arena that's owned by Disney, who owns ESPN. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's one conglomerate company that's trying to get these dudes like, yo, y'all got to get out there and create the distraction. What? The distraction to what, though? The protesters who are beefing about Black lives and all this shit that's going on. Now, Disney is a major media player because they're one of the 6 companies that own the majority of the media. There's only 6 companies that own 90% of the media, and Disney is one of them.
They own a lot of the media.
They own, and out of the 6 companies, they own the majority of that stuff. So they want the distraction to, hey, get out there and let's play. But you see baseball. Ain't nobody saying shit about baseball. They chilling. They would have been 2 months in. Baseball is like, we ain't doing nothing.
Well, the baseball players want all their money.
Absolutely, as they should get it.
They don't want to play a set. They just turned down a 76-game season. Like, nah, I want 162.
I want all my money. Period.
All
like,
my shit.
I don't care how many games you want to play. Am I getting my checks? My whole check. As if we played all of these games. Like right now, they 2 months in. Where is my checks for 2 months? You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I believe they've been paying them, because they made the statement that it's not you're not entitled. We weren't obligated to pay you. That was like the comment they made, or MLB made, something to that extent. Like, we like these I guess since their season started spring training end of February, March, yeah. And season starts like end of March, April, and so they've been getting paid, I believe, up in But I understand what you're saying, that no, they shouldn't be, but I disagree.
Okay.
I think that,
build on it.
I think that if you're gonna hold rappers and all that shit accountable for their lyrics and they getting money the same way, then athletes have a duty also to their communities. I mean, you look at a lot of these foreign basketball players that come from overseas, they still have a duty to their own communities. Like, they still have to, they send money back to their communities and make sure their peoples is right. They, and shit, if you playing from China and was playing like Yao was, I mean, he had to donate half his salary back to the country or some shit. Like they was
That's
giving
very
like 30.
noble.
They was giving like it wasn't noble. They was taking like 30% of his shit or some shit. Like if whatever deal you sign, you gotta kick back to the country too. So I think that, you know, when, especially from the era where we come, when you grew up seeing Muhammad Ali's and you learn about, you know, the Jesse Owens,
Right,
you
I'm going along the lines of some things have changed, right?
Yeah,
So
shit has changed, but
you know what I mean. So,
but I get it. Some things have changed, like, you know, because then when it's changed in an era when you've had the Jordan, the Charles Barkleys, and all these other dudes who didn't want to be role models. Like Barkley, like, I'm not a role model. I just play basketball. I'm a regular dude. You don't want the responsibility, but it doesn't matter. You've been inhaled with that responsibility. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, from the Kareems, Bill Russells, all these dudes, you can't just take yourself out of it. You know what I'm saying?
And they didn't. So they're like an aberration when you look at over the years of who actually spoke out. You know, the Kareems and Bill Russells, Muhammad Ali's of the world, Paul Robesons, etc. Jesse Owens, like these dudes were rare. You know what I mean? Like they lived it.
It wasn't really rare, son, because the shit that
they rare and compared to the
shit they
picture.
was going through though. They was still.
Oh, they went through real life shit. They went through death threats, burnt their cribs. Like,
exactly, they was going through way more.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. And it was systematic, and it was physical, and it was all kind of shit. These dudes now feel like they've made it because they're friends with owners and they're friends with other, you know, or I'm friends with Warren Buffett, and you're not his friend.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? They think because they go to their functions and shit that they've made it. So things have changed, but it hasn't.
Right.
You know, you're just
the entertainer.
You're the entertainer who they're showing you how to build your money with them to keep their shit going, investing in their money. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And so you're not really investing back in your hood or where you come from and building that shit up. You're investing with them building up other shit.
Enter collectively with all of the multi-millionaires within the upper echelon coming together to create this other type of movement. Like nobody's doing that. So because they can do it with the amount of money.
But that's the thing. They don't want them to do that. They're trying to show you how to get away from that. Fuck them motherfuckers that you know in the hoods that you left behind. This is where it's at. Those are peasants to you now. You're in this world. Come get this money and make money off of them. Your people.
So why do so few of them speak up on the black injustices then?
Who?
So why are so few of them speaking up on the black injustices?
Son, because first of all, a lot of them are scared. They don't want to be ostracized, or they don't want to lose. They feel like lose a check or lose whatever. And you know that's how what. I mean, Des Bryant said it perfectly. Yo, I got family to feed. I ain't getting involved in that. And then they kicked his ass out the league a year later, or 2 years later.
Right.
And nobody wants you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, these dudes, their mindsets, same thing. Look at what's his name, Victor Cruz. When Cap did, he had all that. I'm not doing. You out the fucking league. Now you on ESPN trying to be an announcer. Fuck out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
All these dudes. That weren't going with Cap and was being like they was going like the league was going to take care of them for standing up for the league. Fuck out of here. You out the league. You know what I mean? First of all, football player, your contract wasn't even guaranteed. So what your signing bonus is, what you got up front, that's your money. So all that other shit is if they want to keep you on their team, and they'll pay you that base whatever they supposed to pay you.
Right.
So at the end of the day, these dudes they don't want to talk out because they're trying to build their brand and be successful down the line, and hopefully they can own a team and shit like that. That's these dudes' mindset. They're not really their goal is to sell their brand to their own people and to the masses to keep getting rich and investing their money with other rich white billionaires because those are their buddies and these are you hang out with me.
So they hang with the enemy because of their money. So,
yeah.
Right, exactly. So should we? So that was the question. That was the question. Should we hold? All right, we should hold them to a standard. We should, but they don't follow it.
But listen, at the end of the day, there was the players. A lot of those same players in the league, the ones that are not high profile. What about the cat Sterling, whatever his name is from Milwaukee? Police whooped his ass.
Right.
I mean, what about the dude who got his ankle broke in New York City?
Yeah,
the police
from Atlanta. Yeah, from the Atlanta.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're not
Cephalosha.
You're not exempt from them beatings and those ass whooping guns getting pulled on you. You're even a bigger threat because you're 6'8". I'm definitely scared of you. You know?
And 6'8" with money. After they figured it. Yeah.
Come on, look at the other just today or this weekend, Jay Farrow releases the tape of him jogging on Venture Avenue, and police tell him to get on the floor, do all this other shit, putting their knee in his neck and back, cuffing him.
I saw that shit because he fit the description.
Because he fit a description.
Allegedly.
So that's what I'm saying. You're not exempt from this shit, bruh. This shit can happen. This shit can happen to your kids.
Yep.
This shit can happen to your uncles, your aunts, your sisters. You know what I mean? You're not exempt from this. The color of your skin, your money is not going to exempt you from this behavior that's going on in this system. So you do have an obligation to speak out. You do have a reason to stand up and say, you know what? Fuck out of here. We ain't doing shit. There's a lot of shit on the table right now. And right now, money is not one of them. We need to fix this whole shit because it's making we're uncomfortable. We just uncomfortable with this whole shit. Because you come from out of these hoods. A lot of these players out of there come from these hoods.
Yeah,
coming from single mother homes. Daddy dead, locked up in jail, probably even got killed by police. Brother's been shot, killed. You come from this shit. You ain't exempt, bruh. So you do have an obligation to stand up and speak and hold your nuts and say, fuck out of here. We ain't doing that shit, man. You do have an obligation to do this shit. It's bigger than whatever it is right now. Everything's on the table right now. We all accountable for something. We all got to get in where we fit in. And where they fit in as athletes is, no, we going to take back the power. If you're sitting there today and you're saying to your fellow players that, well, if we don't play, we're going to lose this money, and they're going to blow up the collective bargaining agreement, and we're going to get less money. If that is your thought, then that's where the problem is.
They lost already then.
Exactly. If you're worried about what money you're going to lose, then you lost already, bruh. Because most of you, like I'm not mad at Kyrie Irving. I'm not mad at him.
Absolutely not.
Like, I may not agree with him with a lot of shit, but he is what he is. I think he's the vice president of the
vice president. Vice president. Mm-hmm.
And his concern is that you're going to take away from what's going on right now. His concern is that a lot of dudes is not going to get paid. His concern is what's going to happen to the dudes if they get hurt. And these are all valid questions.
Oh, and with the COVID still going around.
Yeah, like, what do you, like, you know what I mean? So, you can't be mad at that shit. These are reasonable questions that they have not provided you answers to. All they telling you is, come back out there and play. You know,
right.
we gonna quarantine your whole team from July 9th to the 11th, and then you can start training camp. What? And we're gonna be isolated in Disney, playing for 2 to 3 months. What?
In front of empty crowds.
In front of with no crowd. What? In a tournament setting. What?
Right.
Then you talking about then we wouldn't start the season until December, because the season wouldn't be over till like September. September.
Yeah.
What?
That's too much.
Come on, son. This is like, yo, you just pulling out the whoop and just whooping their ass. Get out there, Toby. Get the fuck out there. We missed out on all this money and we still have to pay y'all. Y'all better get out there. TV, ESPN is losing money. They don't got no sports to put on. They're a sports network. They have nothing to show.
They showing old shit.
Reruns every night. They showing The Last Dance like that shit is all they got. That's every night they show The Last Dance. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, they don't have nothing to show. They paying all these high-paid people on TV money, and they can't. Now they're looking like we can't justify this money because there's no sports being going on. There's nothing going on. You know, like dudes. You know they don't listen. A lot of athletes don't want to play. You can't. They done sat down for months already now. They like they home with their families. If they got families, their wives got concerns.
Yep.
Their kids got concerns. You know,
and they're valid. They're valid.
And they're valid concerns.
They are.
So you cannot. So you can't sweep that under the rug and be like, oh, we just gonna play and continue on. Like, yo, look. First of all, Kyrie Irving is not even playing. He was already out for the season. He ain't coming back.
Right.
Kevin Durant ain't coming back. He already said he's not playing. He don't care. Carmelo Anthony is not sure if he wants to play because he's like, we haven't gotten all the information on what
There's a few players on Portland that don't want to play.
Well, so, Portland didn't want no parts of this tournament system. This 22
the players
games.
anyway.
Yeah, the play. Well, their owner voted no. He was the one. I think he was like the only owner that voted no to this format.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want no parts of that shit. They didn't want no parts of that. He listened to his team, and his team said, no, we don't want that. And he voted no, because he's like, fuck it, I don't care. He a billionaire, the owner. So he's like, shit, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if I pay my players. That shit don't mean nothing to me.
Right.
They going to come back next year. You don't understand? So this is just greedy owners, networks, and once again, politicians and puppet masters behind the scene pulling strings.
Right.
Pulling strings. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain, like LeBron, 1 minute he's like, well, you know, he's all in now. I'll play because I can still do both. Okay, so you could do both at the same time while you're quarantined in Disney playing basketball for 3 months.
Okay, so you can do that. What can you do? You say I can do both. Like, what are you doing right now? Like nobody's marching. I mean, well, they're not. You know.
Son, but this is the face of the league. What would you expect them to say?
You have to say that.
What do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the dude who got all his money. What do you expect him to say?
Yeah.
Like, if he don't play, the Lakers is like, well, we want some of our money back. Because they already paid him.
You can't, but his money was guaranteed fully because of his contract.
Yeah, but once again, pandemic, you ain't finished the season.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not written in the clause, so that technically that's not really our fault. We don't have nothing to do with it. You billionaires wanted Trump for business reasons. He's the one who shut the country down.
Yeah. So
why should we lose money? Like these are the questions you have to ask. Like, this is not my fault, and this wasn't in the, now when you come to the next collective bargain, if you saying that if the next catastrophe and pandemic come, we won't be paying, no, you gonna pay us, but you may not have to pay us all our salary, but you gonna pay us. Like, fuck that.
Oh, I think that's gonna be the talking point in the collective bargain agreement. Well, we're not going to pay y'all if we get shut down for X amount of time period.
Then you be locked out.
Yeah.
Then we lock out. Well, we got to lock out because
you shouldn't play anyway because of what's going on.
We may agree that you can cut the money, but we're not going to agree you're not going to give us no money. That, my contract is guaranteed. I want to.
Well, I think they initially talked about
there's only 20 players got all their money. Kyrie Irving is one of them. LeBron is one of them.
Yeah.
These dudes got all them. There's a few. There's 20 of them. Steph Curry. It's a few. All the big name dudes got their bread. All the top dogs got pretty much. and got their bread, and anybody that's under Clutch Sports Management got their
all
bread.
the Clutch, most of the Clutch, all the Clutch guys got their money. Yeah,
got most of them. I would say I think it's most of them got all their bread. So the rest of these dudes, like rookies, they on rookie salary. What are you gonna do if like their question today is what's gonna happen if somebody get hurt? Are we covered?
Right.
You don't have. How can you start formulating something you have no answers to answer these questions? Like they just looked at y'all and was like, we know y'all won't play, so we gonna put it together like this. No, a lot of these players we didn't even get a chance to vote on this. You just proposed this to the owners and the NBA Players Association President Chris Paul. We didn't get it. We didn't get a chance to vote on this. Players didn't get a chance to vote on this. We should be able to vote on this. You can't just tell us that shit.
So they let them know that we can just tell you because y'all are employees. So they put
it on the contract.
You under contract. So that's what I be trying to tell people.
Once again, it's about business.
It's business. It's about money. It's about business. It's about holding you accountable to your contract, right? But here's the flip side. You want to stand up, right? So it's either you going to sit back and you know you ain't going to get no money. First of all, they used to not getting paid anyway in the summer. They don't get checks in the summer. So if
you get paid, only the way it's all about how you negotiate your shit.
Excuse me. Let me clarify. Some people do
broke up for 12 years.
They defer it. Yeah, you can spread it out over 12. Because I've done that. I've done that.
So it's all in how you negotiate your contract. Like, you may take less money, but you be like, I want all my money. I don't give a fuck what happened.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if aliens come out the damn sky. Y'all better have my check, because that's it. I'll take $2 million less as long as you're going to guarantee to give me all the rest of my money, no matter what. I don't care what going on. I don't care what.
I mean, to answer that question, yes, we should hold them to higher standards. However, you see how money and politics come into play to kind of keep that situation down, because you got people who all right, you are an employee to your organization that you play for, but at the same time, the way that the game has changed right now, it used to be management and employees. They were separate. Now you got people that's trying to, I don't know, cuddle up with management because they have their own aspirations of doing A, B, C, and D, later on. Yeah. But it can't, so if you have the choice of, all right, well, do I stand up for black injustices, or, do I stand up for it, or do I eat the bullet and knowing that I'll need this money later on? Then you's a sucker.
Son, I mean, you can't say, well, you say all these quotables on Twitter and the poll and papers and press talking about how upset black people are, but then say, yeah, I still play.
You can't. If you know how upset people are, there's no way in hell that you could play right now during this time when you know what? The focus is on this. There are no room for distractions. Basketball is a distraction. You're entertainment. We don't need to see the clown or the comedians right now. I don't want to hear no jokes. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I don't want to see no basketball, no football, no baseball, no nothing. Fix the problem. The problem is within the government structure. Fix
Stop
that
dancing
shit.
around this shit and get to the bottom of it. This is a time when you guys should be taking a stand. They should all be taking a stand in every sport, because you have a lot of things that's wrong in every sport. Like, whether you go to basketball, okay, well, you only got one black owner, and this league is basically black. That's
80%.
a problem.
80%.
You go to the NFL, they don't have a lot of black management, and they have no black owners. None. You have none. They barely get black coaches interviewed. Now they talking about giving them draft picks just if they hire a black coach. An extra draft pick. What the fuck is that?
Wow.
Like, okay, baseball, same thing. You don't have no black owners. You don't have none of that. You barely got black people in management too. So you got a lot of issues that y'all need to be worried that y'all need to bring to the table now. While all this shit is going on, put your shit on the table too. Like, that's what it's about. That's where the unity comes in. Like, yo, we standing, we with the people. We ain't playing shit, because we got our own issues with you motherfuckers. Bottom line. Yeah, we getting a lot of money, but y'all getting, them owners is getting a hell of a lot of money.
More.
They're getting a hell of a lot of money.
Remember, they're billionaires.
Exactly. They're getting a hell of a lot of money. They're getting a hell of a lot of money. So at this point in time, you need to do the same thing. You know? It's time for you to stand up. It's time for these dudes to stand up, hold their nuts, and bear down. Like, yo, you know, y'all already played yourself with the Donald Sterling shit. Like, we ain't gonna never forget that shit. I don't give a fuck how many documentaries y'all make about that shit. I don't give a fuck what y'all excuse was for that shit. We was gonna do it, but we choked. Man, fuck out of here. You ain't do it, so it don't matter.
Right. So that's where my pessimistic attitude comes in about that whole. Yeah, we should hold them accountable, but they're not. The people that ultimately end up playing nowadays, I say within the past 30 years, they're picked to play because of the attitude that they possess. They're not going to buck anything, and if you do, your ass is out. You're like an aberration. Like, that's just what it's been the past 25, 30 years. They looking for those type of players. Like, okay, like a LeBron James is a once-in-a-generation type player. You know, him and Kobe and guys like that. But the majority of the league, you know, they can profile those guys. Like, 'cause I know guys that are just as good as the guys that are in the league. They're just not there. Mm-hmm. You know, and so it's not about talent. You know, so you're talking about the same way that you can profile for a regular job, you can profile for this one. You need meek and calm Negroes, okay, to push the message. Oh, well, you know, maybe we shouldn't do this. No, we won't do it like that. No, we need to stand down. No, not right now. You can't stand down right now because there are no sports.
Like,
sports is not important.
It's bigger than sports.
It's way bigger than sports.
Bigger than sports right now. And you dudes got to take a stand. You got to take a stand, man. Like, it's time for everybody. That's been the whole problem. You got to take a stand all together. Everybody got to put shit on the line. Everybody got to put shit on the line. Whether you a 9-to-5er or you a motherfucking
entertainer, multi-million-dollar entertainer. You got to put it on the line.
Yeah, all this shit got to get. You got to put your shit on the line right now. People is on the front line, marching, going. You know what I mean? It's time for all of us to put our shit on the line and say, hey, it's either shut up or go home. That's it right there. This time, it's time to say what we want and how we want it. Like, look, we gotta build our own shit. If that be the case, then you gotta build your own shit. Like, listen, man, when you know the story of Black Wall Street, then you know we can build our own shit. Like, we can do this shit without we don't need nobody to do this shit. We got everything that they got. We got everything.
We got built everything.
We got engineers, we got doctors, we got lawyers, we got every fucking thing. We got mechanics, we got plumbers, we got builders, we got every fucking thing. I mean, they had airports in Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
They had everything. They money circulated hundreds of times in their own community, taking care of their own people, their own grocery stores. They had all that shit. You understand? So, just Marcus Garvey had a newspaper that was worldwide. He had no social media.
I just talked about that earlier with somebody. He 2 million followers, 2 million subscribers, no social media. Like,
son, he had a boat. He had boats.
No, not
he had boats.
Plural. He had boats.
He had boats. We ain't got none. How we go from having boats back then to having none now? We don't got a black cruise line that own a boat. We had none now. We have none of that shit now, son. None of that shit. None of that shit. We have nothing.
You're right.
Like everything that our ancestors had before and built, now it's like we can't do it now. How you got Black Wall Street?
And we make more money.
How you got Black Wall Street and they have airports in their own towns, but we can't duplicate none of that shit again? Huh?
Scared. People are scared, obviously. It got to be that, because it ain't about the money, because people are making more money now than they were back then. I mean, it's all relative, but
what
people are scared.
It's two things. It's a lot of, that's one of them. They scared. And black people are too divided. Yeah. Bottom line, black people are so divided. That's why when you can say, if you think that colorism is an issue right now at this time, you're letting them get in our heads and divide our shit again. This is what they do. This is what they count on.
You just pieced that whole puzzle together for me in my mind as we just went through all of the scenarios. Now I see why colorism even came up because of the divide and conquer within. Now, when we look at it, like, this is why we can't build shit, because y'all divided on dumb shit. We can't be divided. It's dumb.
Like, you divided.
Don't fall for that.
You divided on simple shit. That's what I said. What I've been saying for the past 3 weeks, month. Black people is emotional. You're getting emotional. This is business. Do business, man. Stop being scared and do business. Stop sitting there talking about, the collective bargain is going to be gone if we don't. Shut the fuck up. Like, the bottom line, yo, shut the fuck up, bro. You really sitting on this call talking about that shit? Like, literally, your son can get in your teenage son can get in his car tomorrow. Police will pull his ass over and shoot him.
Yep.
Be over. You understand? Nobody's exempt from this shit, bruh. Nobody's exempt, bruh. Mm-hmm. The hatred is real, and we gotta start waking the fuck up. Like, everybody wanna be like, I'm woke. You not woke. Stop it. You not woke if you still gonna let Master whoop your ass.
Right.
We all sitting around here. Yeah, we all working now. Listen, we making somebody else rich. I'm an entrepreneur. I got businesses.
Yeah.
I do. I really do got businesses. And at the end of the fucking day, I'm still generating money off another motherfucker's clock, hustling them for their paper.
Yep.
To fund my businesses until they blow. But that wouldn't be an issue if black people supported black people's businesses.
Absolutely. And
like every black business supported. If every black business supported every black business, we wouldn't need these mugs.
And that's why I reached out to other podcasters that I do know. I reached out to them not with the intent of saying unify monetarily, but we do need to support each other in however way we can do it. So you got to start there, smart. Like, we both entrepreneurs. Like, we work for somebody else or work with somebody else. See, that's the key thing. I don't work for, I work with. And then I'm over here, I got businesses. And that's how you do it. You teach people how to do things, how to move forward, and you lay out the blueprint. Like, that's why I was bringing that up earlier. Like, you can't skip chapters here. Like, there's some shit you need to learn. Like, you can't go from chapter 1 to chapter 10 and be like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I know all that other shit. Nah, you don't. You need to. There's a step process. The basics, the minimum requirement is your brain, your mind got to be ready, because it's a constant fight. It's 24/7, 365. They on your ass. Turn on the TV, you seeing angry black woman, dark skin, no children, whatever, like black man, or every movie that we get nominated for, we either crooked or in jail, or doing all this, drug addict. Like, come on, man. Like, see beyond the bullshit. Even on reality TV for the younger generation, y'all fighting and throwing drinks and shit. Like, come on, man. Y'all ain't what y'all are.
But that's like I seen this young lady, and she was saying how, her thing was, I'm gonna just paraphrase it really. Mm-hmm. She was just like, okay, A few weeks ago, we was all locked in the house due to COVID. George Floyd gets killed. People is out there in the streets, some with masks, some without masks. All of a sudden, COVID was on the back burner. George Floyd murder, you couldn't even bury your own people passed, which I've had family members that have passed from this coronavirus, and we weren't allowed to bury them.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't allowed to, you know what I mean? If they had it, then you couldn't bury them.
Right. And
to where now George Floyd has a big funeral where people is there speaking and all this other shit, and then now black people are piping mad, so they don't even care about the COVID shit really. That's like side news, yeah, you know. That's like side news right now. But what they worried about is that this $2 trillion industry may not spend their money with us. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So,
that's a fact.
So it's business for them. You understand? They worried that this $2 trillion industry that's called black people will not spend their money with them and starting to boycott a lot of their businesses. That's what they're worried about. So when they come out and make their statements, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, we said that out loud. Black people heard that. We're sorry. You know, we really are for equality of all people. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Now you want to apologize and all this shit. No. You know what I'm saying? You said what you said. We're going to hold you to that.
Right.
We got to stop all this forgiving shit. Like you said, when people show you who they are, believe it. And they showing you who they are, you know, so believe it. You know? Believe this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're showing you who they are. Yes, you seeing white people in the workplace and some of them may be genuine allies to you. Some of them may be. But I believe a lot of them are just scared and they frauding right now because they don't want to be viewed in that template of racist or prejudice. Because, like, let me just make it real clear. Like, the average motherfucker at your job is not a racist. They're just prejudiced. They have really no power over you because they don't even understand that they are fucking slaves too. Let's
right.
be clear.
That's right.
Like, let me let you white people know you fucking slaves too. Like,
and you were slaves as well. Like,
the word right now you're still slaves.
Well, you still are. Like, that's what I'm saying.
The people in power don't give a fuck about you because you're not on their monetary level. You're not getting that money. You're not there. If you're not seeing over $250,000 or better, you're not on their level. You're not in that tax bracket. You're just a regular motherfucker to them. And there's a lot of regular people. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Everybody ain't getting that bread. So at the end of the day, though, you know, and then some of those that are becoming allies is because they woke up and have realized that this government don't give a fuck about them neither, because they sent you home, you lost your job, and all they gave you was $1,200, and they still arguing over if they should give you another $1,200. You know what I'm saying?
And your unemployment is going to run out.
It's going to run out next month. That big, all that extra $600, enjoy it. It's going to be over next month. It's going to be over next month. You understand? So there's those that are waking up. Yeah, they're mad. They're mad. You know what I mean? They're mad. Yeah, they're mad. Because they see that they've been getting hoodwinked, too. That nobody gives a fuck about them, too. And that this
welcome to our world, you know, that we've had to deal with systemically. So basically, they've awakened to the fact that it's a class system and not one on race.
No, race is
a dividing ploy.
Yeah, race is what they bait you with, which is what they bait their own people with.
Yeah,
to make them feel like
think
that black people that black people are advancing and they're not.
Right.
Right? But when you look at black unemployment, does that show advancement?
Absolutely not.
So they're just using fake news shit and showing you, oh, they're putting on black newscasters and telling the news and acting like they're standing up for this, that. But no, it's all smoke and mirrors, man. And at some point, you gotta wake up and say, this shit is some bullshit. Like, this is all bullshit, and what is going on is just total bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got to take a stand. That's why I'm saying it's you at your regular 9-to-5 job. They treat you like shit. Fuck this. We going to boycott your shit. Like, the power is in the money. The power is in the economic. Because if that business ain't making no money, guess what they going to do? They got to shut the doors. So if you're not patronizing that business, they going to shut their doors. We're a $2 trillion industry. We're $2 trillion. We spent $2 trillion
every year.
This shit is ran off us. You understand? Without us, this system does not work.
Hold up, 14% of the population spends $2 trillion. I mean, let that sink in. You know what I mean? And you got some math for your ass.
So, once again, that 14% number ain't real.
That ain't real because they're only talking about the people that have identified as being solely black. And it's not counting the other people that are mixed and like that. That's why the numbers game is all bullshit. We spend trillions of dollars.
That's why when people be like, when people talk that, oh, women lie, men lie, numbers don't. Yes, numbers do lie.
Numbers lie all day.
Because it depends on who's manipulating the fucking numbers.
Exactly. Because you can't tell me.
So don't come with that bullshit.
Black people, the ones who identify as solely black, spend $2 trillion. Well, damn. Think about all of the people who are mixed who don't identify as black. They spend money in the economy too, and they damn sure not white. So, you know, when you start adding up all the numbers, that's why businesses are collapsing right now because nobody ain't spending shit. Because there's a lot of unemployed people, and that $1,200 you tried to make last for 12 weeks is over.
That shit was gone for people when they got it. As soon as they got it, it was gone. All they could do is try to get their rent, maybe buy food, and add on to that money to their rent and pay their rent and hold. Because landlords can't really kick you out right now. They gotta hold it. You know what I mean? So. Right. But once again, it just goes to show you that these people don't care about you. They just care about your money and what you spend. And then you caught up in, once again, black people always caught up in, oh, we Democrats. Like, these motherfuckers don't love you neither. Nobody loves you. But, you know what I'm saying? None of these motherfuckers love you, whether you Republican, none of them love you. They all been racist from the beginning.
Yep.
You posted that shit. I sent it to you. You posted it. We talked about this.
We talked about it before that.
These Congress motherfuckers has been in there for over 40 and 50, 30 years. And ain't done shit. So how much do they really give a fuck about you?
And it's a lot of them on both sides.
It's a lot of them on both sides.
Democrats and Republicans that have been in there 30, 40 years, and ain't shit changed. And these are the same people that's sitting there voting on whether you should get another $1,200 check. Like, that shit is crazy to me.
Like,
they know you home. They know you home with no job. They know that. They know unemployment is running out in July. They know that too.
Son, but they know this, and they arguing over if they should give you another $1,200. But other countries have decided they're gonna give their people money for the rest of the year.
They've been giving out monthly money in other countries, okay?
But it's until the end of the year.
Until the end of the year, and here we are.
And then they will reevaluate if they need to keep doing it.
Right. And it makes sense.
Like, you know what I'm saying? The stores, they was filing unemployment for their people because if you was out delivering, you was only getting half. They employees was probably getting like half their salary. So they filed unemployment for them. So now in Georgia, once he opened up the whole state, they cut that shit. Boom, you don't get no more. You know what I mean? You go work. Go work. These people don't give a fuck about you, fam. So when you out there talking that, let's go vote and vote this, son, you better do your due diligence. Your power is in economizing holding that money. And if you tell them we not pushing none of this money to none of these racist establishments, watch the change.
Shit
Change
crumbles.
come when shit starts to crumble, when these white mom and pop stores is saying that they ain't nobody coming here, because you realize your own people don't come here and buy your shit.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We spend our money with you, and you treat us like shit. So guess what? We not gonna spend our money with you no fucking more. And when you do that shit, then you'll see. That's when motherfuckers will stop wanting to see what they can do. Just like right now, motherfuckers don't. All these companies right now are like, oh shit. Are they gonna boycott us? Are they gonna? Why? They count on your money.
Absolutely.
They count on your fucking money. That's what they count on. They count on you spending your money with them all the time. They throw out these little emails and send you emails where, with the equality of black people, racism will not be tolerated in this country. Sign such and such, or this is from Victoria's Secret. Yo, this is from Adidas. This is from name a company. They all
Starbucks.
They Starbucks. They all coming.
Right.
You know, the only company that stand true to their flag has been Chick-fil-A. Yo, we don't want our people wearing none of our attire. They're allowed to say whatever they want to say, but do not have on a Chick-fil-A uniform. We don't care. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's real. Like, I mean, they got, like, people, like, that's the thing, like, people, you know who the real white allies. They putting their shit on the line, bro. Nurses who are white allies, they're going up in hospitals and exposing shit. Like how they're exposing about this corona shit and what was going on. It's real, son.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they waking up because they seen that these people didn't give a fuck about them. Like, they put their shit on the line. They wasn't even sending them medical equipment. They don't give a fuck, son.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. Like, they just don't give a fuck. You're just peons to them. Pay me my money. Spend your money. Throw a bunch of advertisements at you to spend up your money. Shit, listen, I like buying shit as like anybody else. I love buying shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I spend my shit all the time. But at some point, I'm like, nah, I'm not going to spend my money if these motherfuckers ain't treating my people right. Like,
absolutely.
Nah, I can't fuck with you, yo. I can't.
And that I can't front. The only thing I've been trying to get is straight up necessities, and the only thing I've really been buying is educational materials, books. I've been buying books. That's it, to keep my mind right. Because this is a long fight. You know, we've been in it for years, decades.
It is.
Like, it don't stop for us. So it's just that now we have a platform to actually speak on it and teach other people how to follow. There's not a script, but there's a blueprint on how you can get it done. And it's always going to take more than one person to do it. Like, you have to do it correctly. It's not voting federal. It's voting at the local level for the people who actually vote for the president. Like, your power is in the local vote. Your power is in economics.
Yeah.
Your power is in unity. Like, fuck colorism. You can't get caught up in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And you gotta manufacture. You gotta build your own politicians.
Thank you.
You gotta build your own politicians, just like the Italians, the Irish, the Jews. That's what they do. Even Asians, if they get into politics, they put their own people in it. They back their own. They build their own because they know what they people want, and they go there and make sure they people get what they want because they in charge of their people's districts. And that's what you gotta do. Like, you gotta stop having motherfuckers come running in from out of nowhere and, oh, I'm here, you know. That's what Hillary Clinton did. She ain't from New York. She comes to New York and becomes a senator. Gets all of a sudden, oh, let me get a residency. Now I'm running for the open Senate seat as a stepping stone to try to get your shot to run for president. And they got you that. And they got you that, and you lost.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, you just used New York. You didn't help the people of New York. Tell me one thing she did to help the city of New York. Tell me one thing she did to help the state of New York. She done nothing. But black people up and down swear she's the greatest thing. Like, she give a fuck about you. You give a fuck about
Not
you.
knowing her history. Like, if you knew her history,
Exactly.
you would realize that we just been getting thrown shit pies for like 15, 16 years already.
And then now you got the same shit again. There you go. You got Joe Biden, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So it's like it's people who's worried, more concerned with him being a racist, and then there's the business people who want him for his business reasons, Trump. Then you got Biden, who people pushed into this shit, but act like they going blind to his history and don't care what he do as long as he can beat Trump.
And that's not guaranteed with somebody who has dementia. I mean, it is
at
what
this
it is.
point, the way it's looking, I mean, it's early, of course.
Yeah.
It's early, but Trump looks rattled.
He is rattled.
Like, he looks rattled because his own base is turning against him.
They're mad. They're unemployed, man.
Ain't no bread, no money, no money. So that's why they're mad. You know what I'm saying? So once again, he looks like he's gonna do everything to start repelling shit and just fuck up the country like a little spoiled brat.
Which is what he been doing.
Well, he been doing it like anything. Anything. Well, he's just doing what Mitch McConnell tells him to do.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy in itself. Another lifer, in the state of Kentucky. Like, who, you need to get him up out of there. Like, there's no way in hell that a racist person, like, he is racist. You can look at his face and see that.
Well,
yeah, he's running. He is the leader of the Senate. Like, you're bugging. Y'all listen to him?
Son, that's what happened. He's been there, and he runs that district he's in, pretty much, and he knows he don't have to do much. He don't got to do nothing because they gonna vote for him no matter what, because they believe whatever Mitch tell him in that district. But Mitch ain't doing shit for y'all. He lining his pocket while you motherfuckers ain't getting shit.
Say it again.
He lining his pockets, bro. Lining them. He prepared his family to live on wealthy for the rest of his till he's here, till he's gone.
And then the rest of the people in Kentucky that live near him or around him, y'all will continue to collect SNAP benefits because y'all are heavy in the collection. And as the mayor of New York said, and I'm not endorsing or backing him, but he said we pay more in taxes, I'm talking about in New York as a state, than Kentucky even gives. You know what I mean? Like, gives financially. So it's crazy. Like our whole state is on SNAP, pretty much. And Mitch is your leader. But that's why I don't get into the politics. Like, it don't make sense. It's not about Republican or Democrat. It ain't about none of that shit. It's about who is looking out for their people. And if you have people that have been in there 40, 50 years and they ain't done shit, you got to get them up out of there. Now it's time to go use the power that you do have at that level and vote people out. We need fresh, new blood with a brain. Okay, it's not about having a young racist in. That's not what I'm saying. We need people who want to run this fraudulent-ass corporation that we have saying that as a country, the right way. If we want to play the game, because there's a lot of us that's here, know what time it is, but you know what? We live in here. It's hard to get people to understand the true history and all that. So you know what? Fuck it. We're going to play the game. We're going to become millionaires and billionaires, right? Okay, but then the country still got to be run effectively. The corporation still needs to run. You need the right people in the right positions. These people been there 50, 60 years, ain't done shit. And then you got a president of the corporation who is bumbling, don't know what he's doing. So,
well, son, he's never ran a country, corporation, class country, whatever you want to call. Like, this is his first time in politics.
Right.
He didn't have no fresh ideas. He's a puppet. Only thing he knows is business. And his business model is for small businesses to how to get money.
And all of his businesses fail.
but
he
but he knows,
bankrupts him.
but he know how to he know how to cheat them taxes.
He knows how to do that.
Like, how do you be president and never show your taxes to the like, that's like mandatory before you even could take the job.
And he didn't.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
To.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, come on. They used fear tactics on their own white people, and they used them again and scared white people, and they voted for him because they hit them with, you had a black president, we losing America. We got to make America great again.
Right.
And making America great again is going back to what we know. You know? So be bold, be up front with your racist shit. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Same way you being bold and shit, and you doing all this, calling cops on people. I mean, black people, we've been taking it. We've been doing it. We still getting through it. But now, a lot of that shit, they don't want to take no more. They ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So so that's why you got to be careful. That's why you haven't seen these black entertainers say much, because white people pay for their shows.
Yep.
Like, people be mad at Jordan, like when he said Republicans buy sneakers too. Well, guess what?
That was 30 years ago.
But guess what? So your favorite entertainer think the same way. White people buy tickets too. You know what I'm saying? They the ones that come to my show. Black people don't come to my show. They don't even download my shit. They pay for a streaming network and listen to my shit all day.
Yeah.
I get a little money off of that, but I don't get the money if you buy my shit. You know what I mean? So they not gonna do nothing to offend the people that's paying them. You know?
Well, then there it is, brother.
It's ending around, you know. We did it.
I'm glad you didn't go down a rabbit hole, because we could have went down there. I said, damn. You know, well, hopefully, you know, to the listeners out there, hopefully we answered all of we answered the 3 questions and we added on some stuff. But, you know, hey, to the 700 plus followers that we got this week, you know, we appreciate it, and we just gonna keep pushing. You know, 2 grumpy men. We're about to hit 1,000. You know, 1,000 followers. You know, our IG. We're gonna keep pushing, we're gonna keep putting the content out there. And you know, for the younger generation, yo, you need us, we here. We got you. You got questions? Shoot the questions. We'll answer them. I'm talking about on a variety of topics. We're gonna dive in. We don't care. There's nothing to lose at this point. You can only gain at this time in this point in history. You have nothing to lose.
Yeah. No doubt. And on that, we're going to be out.
We'll be back next week. We're going to come back strong again. Send them questions. Yeah. Check us out all major platforms. The 2 grumpy men. We out of here, but we ain't going nowhere. All right? Think on that. We out. Peace.